Yeah, hi everyone. We will start the session in within few seconds. Yeah, guys, let me know is my voice is clearly audible. Yeah, okay. Then we will start today's session. In last session, we have discussed about Android, right? What is Android and what are Android versions and what are Android components, and we also have created an addition app using Java, right? In today's class, we are going to learn about Kotlin. Let me share my screen. Yeah, is my screen is visible? Yeah, okay, guys. We will start. Yeah, introduction to Kotlin. Firstly, what is Kotlin? Kotlin is a programming language. Okay, so anybody please define what is programming language? Okay, we don't have much time, so I myself continue. Okay, programming language is nothing but a way of communication. It's just like a normal language, right? In programming language, we communicate to with computers, right? And it was developed by JetBrains, which is a large company, software development company. Okay, it is a object-oriented language, which means it works based on objects like classes, inheritance. It supports all that object-oriented stuff. And next, it is an official language for Android development. Okay, what it means is in first we have Java as our official language for Android development, but in 2017 the Google announced that Kotlin is going to be official language for Android development because it has some special features than Java. It was officially announced in 2011. Okay, but has an official language for Android development, it was announced in 2017. Okay, it is a fresh language, we can say that. Coming to why Kotlin, we also have Java, right? We can create apps using Java, but why Kotlin means it is concise. First point is it is concise, which means we can write code in less lines compared to Java. Okay, we need to write fewer lines, 40% less than in Java. Okay, we have particular number also, 40% less than in Java. Okay, next one is interoperability, which means we can change our code very easily to Java as well as Java to Kotlin. It well supports with Java. Okay, we can easily convert our Java code to Kotlin as well as Java to Kotlin. Okay, next point is feature rich. It provides several advanced features like operable overloading, string templates, and lambda expressions. Basically, what it means is we have some advanced features in Kotlin compared to Java. That's why we use this Kotlin. Okay, we will discuss what advantages we have in later on in this session, and it is an less error prone, which means yesterday yesterday we have created an app, right, in which we got first error saying that we don't find a uh, resource ID. Like that, we get an error in yesterday's class, right? For that type of errors, it shows us at compile time only. Okay, in lot of runtime errors, we can get that errors in compile time only. Then we can fix there, and then only we can able to run our app. So it is less error prone, which means we don't get lot of runtime errors as compared to Java. Okay. Next, where Kotlin is used. As I said, it was used for Android application development, and also Kotlin can also compare to JavaScript. Okay, we can use for front-end purposes also, and it works as well for web development and mainly for server-side development also. Okay. Next, setting Android Studio for Kotlin. It is same as for Java as we done in previous class. I will show it to you again. Let me open my Android Studio. Yeah, it looks like this. As you all know, it will going to look like this, the interface of Android Studio. And now we have to create new project, right? We will create new project, and as you all know, I am going to select MTB's activity because we are going to build our app from scratch. I'm clicking next. As I said in last class, we will going to give a normal name like day2 GDSC. Okay, and we have to give a unique name here in package name. Whoever not listened in last class, whoever not attended previous class, this was we have discussed. Okay, don't get worried about that. We have just discussed simple things only. That all I will cover in this lecture also. Okay, here in last class we have used Java language, but now we are going with Kotlin. Okay, that only we have changed from previous class, and everything will be as usual. We can, if you want, we can change this minimalistic level as I said in previous class. Okay, most of the it giving an suggestion that the application name for most apps begin with an uppercase letter, which means everybody will give their app name with an uppercase. So we are also giving our app name with uppercase. It's gone, right? Okay. It will create. If you don't have Kotlin, it will download it for you. For first time, it will take a lot time to download the requirements. As you start Gradle build, it will download all the libraries and other stuff which it requires. Let me wait for some time to complete its build. As you can see, Gradle build sync in progress. And again, it will not show until the Gradle build has completely successfully completed, until it will not show the XML file. Yeah, whenever we got this XML file, we can say that we have successfully completed our Gradle build. Okay, here you can see we have .kt file here. In previous class, we get .java file, right? In while using Kotlin, the extension of Kotlin is .kt. Okay, you will also see some difference in this structure also. I will explain that. And coming to this, the XML file will be as usual. And coming to this side, we have Kotlin plus Java right here. In Java project, we only see here Java only. In this, we have Kotlin plus Java. And in manifest file and all other things are as usual. But in the Gradle build, we have this one. In Android, in Java version, we don't have this line, this plugin. Okay, what we call it as a plugin. As I said in yesterday class, it is a extension. Okay, it works as an extension. And I think in this also we have, yeah, in this also we have Kotlin plugin, and also we have some dependencies for Kotlin. Yeah, that is what main difference is. from Java to Kotlin, and I will explain this one. Before writing any program in Kotlin, we will learn first what Kotlin language, how the structure is. We will going to learn now. Let me know if you have any doubts till now. I will wait for 5 more seconds. If you don't, nobody give any response, I will take it as understandable. If you have any doubts, please let me know in chat box. In today's section, we are not going to take much time. Yeah, okay. We have set it up our Android Studio. Next, coming to Kotlin language or any object-oriented language, we have mainly 5 concepts. Okay, first one is variable and types. Second is control flows, which is if statements. That's all stuff comes under control flows. And next we have functions, next collections, next classes and objects. Okay, we will discuss it one by one. First, variables and types. As we studied in C and Java, the variables are nothing but a name to a storage space, right? To indicate the storage area, we name a variable, which we can also call it as identifier. The name of the variable is known as an identifier. In Kotlin, the syntax of variable is look like this. As you see in the Java, we firstly initialize which type it is, and then we will give name to that variable, and then after we will assign value. But here we are seeing two more differences. First one is we are changed this placement, like first in Java we write this one is as first. In Kotlin we write name first, then we will define the type, data type. Okay, but also we have seeing this also. What is this var? It is known as variable. We will discuss it. I will open the, this is just an online compiler. You can write Kotlin online compiler in Google. This is from Kotlin. Okay, in this I'm going to initialize variable where first we have to give name, and I'm going to give it type int equals to, I'm giving some name 29. Then, sorry, 29. To print this value, as usual, we use print ln. In this place, I'm going to use now. We don't have any semicolons like in Java. Okay, we can directly write code. Yeah, you can see 29 is printed, right? Now, what is this var? And also, I think I will have clear explanation with this image. Okay, think like a variable is a just an a beaker or an bucket in which we can store some data. Okay, we named that bucket has variable with names. We can name that variable has name or something. We can put that name in that bucket. We name that bucket has name, some name. Okay, coming to this var is nothing but whenever we use var, it is mutable, which means we can change the value of the var variable can be changed, which means in next line if I write num equals to 26, and if I going to print it, it will take it as 26. It's changed, right? From here we have initialized it with 29. Now we have changed it to 26, but it was accepting it. But if we use val here, which is immutable, which means we can't change the value of val. Okay, val variable value we can't change. We can see here. I'm going to change it as val int equals 29. First, without this, we can run our program. In this also, we use this to forward slashes to make the line has comment. I hope you know about comments, right? These lines cannot be executed by the compiler. I have run. I have successfully get 29. But if I try to change that value, as you can see the error, value cannot be reassigned. Okay. I hope you get the point. We cannot reassign the value when we use this val keyword. Okay. Whenever you are using a variable which is going to be changed, use it as variable keyword, var keyword. If you are, whenever you are going to use some variable which should not be changed, then use val keyword there. I hope you get that. Okay, next, we have two types: infer types and explicit types. Infer type means, as you can see in this one is explicit. We have explicitly said here that it is an int value, but in Kotlin we can directly write val number equals to 29. Okay, I am going to comment out this, and you can see here 29, right? It will working fine. If you are not going to mention any data type, it will going to work fine because it automatically detects what data type it is based on the value you have given. If I change it to something like, I'm going to change it as string directly. Okay, you can change it fast. Okay, we are not going to define every time it is an int or it is an float. Okay, we can directly write it as we wish. And yeah, next, coming to control flows. We use control flows to do something conditionally. It is based on a condition. As you already know, this if and else concept in other languages, but I will try to explain it in very easy way. Not in easy way. I want to complete it fast because you know these all things, right? If I'm going to give a variable here, n equals to something like 18, and whether if n greater than or equals to 18, now your we can print something like you are eligible to marriage, right? Okay, I don't, you are eligible to vote. Where else println, I am going to fund in this way. Pillal Ramiri Inka. Okay. Okay. No. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Print. No. Okay. As per your wish. I'm going to give this n value with 5. Let me remove this one. Okay, we got this now, right? What it going to happen in this block, right? Whatever we wrote in this block, it will going to execute when it satisfies this given condition. Okay, if it fails to satisfy the given condition, the next else block will be going to execute. In that else bar, whatever we are written here, this block going to be execute. Okay, I hope you get that point. Next, and you can also use another condition here like else if. You can write another if condition and goes on. Next one, functions. Right. As you know, functions is used to separate code. Okay. We use functions because we have to divide the code in a such a way that we can optimize our coding space. Okay. I will show you with one example. Okay. I will explain it one example. I'm not going to show you. Think that if you are going to use if you are going to find an area of square, okay, I think area of square is side into side, right? Right. Yeah. If you are going to find area of square which is side into side, but you have to find it with different values at different stages. Like in first of your program, you have let me assume you have a 1,000 line programs. Okay, then you have to find area of square at 10 places. Okay, what you going to write here is, if you are not use any functions, then you have to write that s into s at 10 times, and you also have to define with the different values, right? But if you use functions concept here, you can write different function and you call that function with the different values giving as parameters, right? We can give parameters as well. Sorry. Yeah. Like this is structure. Okay, we can give parameters, we can directly pass our values here and we will get the return as our result. Okay, we only write a single function for that whole program. It will calculate 10 times when we call it 10 times. Okay, if you want we can call it as 1,000 times as our requirement. Okay, coming to this one, I will execute this code. Yeah, let me remove all of this. I will make a function first. Let me suppose, if you want to, yeah, I forgot to explain the structure. In Kotlin, you will use word fun. Okay. You are going to create function with the keyword fun, and you can see the main function also start with fun. Okay, in this we are going to use fun as our keyword to create any function, and in that function this is the function name. We can give it as per our requirement or as per our wish, and we have parameters. Here we have to give parameter name here and which type the parameter is. Okay, we have to give both, and we also have to give return type, which type we are getting a result. Okay, we have to give return type also, and then we can write whole code here in these lines, and we can finally return our result. If you don't have any parameters or return type, we can simply write it down as usual. In Java, we use void method, void keyword, right? If you don't return anything, we use void there. But here we can directly write it as this one. We will get output without any error. I hope so. I will try to do. I will try to create a function with the name. Yeah, for everything I am going to use GDSC only because any other word I am not able to recall any other words at this point of time. Okay, GDSC, in this just I am going to print something. Print ln you. Yeah, you guys are very good. Okay. Now here I am going to call that function. Just I am giving GDSC. Yeah, I hope it works. Sorry, I have written semicolon. Yeah. This. I have made a good mistake. Okay, not a bad mistake, good mistake. I forgot to tell this line. If you retain semicolon to any line, it will work fine there also. Okay, if you want, if you are coming from Java, you are familiar to give semicolons, you can give it. It will take it. Okay, you are not going to get any errors. Okay, in this way, function are going to work. If you want, I will go in depth how function stores and how it organizes memory in the storage. But I don't think it will valuable to tell it here. If you want, give suggestions to us. We will conduct any other class where we discuss a language particularly in depthly. Okay. Yeah. Coming to classes. At this point, if I am going to explain what is class and how it works, you will not able to understand properly. So I'm going to explain it in this class only, but at last. Okay, in last we will going to explain what is class and how it works. For now, you will able to create your programs without using class. Okay, it is used to create own data types. We don't need the only int or string. We can create our own data types as well. Okay, keep the data. I don't know, I have mistakenly written it memes and methods together in one place. Okay, just me remove it. Okay, write more readable and maintainable code we can retain. Okay, then shall we ready to create an app in Kotlin? Let me know. Until now you have any doubts? If you have any doubts, just let me know, or we are going to create an app in Kotlin. Okay, sorry guys, I have forgotten something. Okay, we will explain it in later. Yeah, we will going to create a. Let me know if you have any doubts. Guys, make it fast. I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. If you are not going to post any questions, I will take it as understood. Yeah, we are going to create our app. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Mini, for clarifying us. Okay. Let me open our previous. Just we have created this Kotlin project, right? In this, we are going to create a simple app. I'm not going to take much time here. Okay, I'm going to create a simple app where I'm going to minimize this tab and a little bit bigger so that you can clearly visible. I'm going to create a count tab, which means I'm going to place a button here, and whenever a user clicks on that button, the value in the test field going to increase by 1. Okay, let me explain clearly. Listen carefully what I'm saying. Whenever we click a button 10 times, the value here becomes 10. If we click 20 times, the value here becomes 20, like that. Okay, I'm using this test view only. I'm going to change this id to ts test. Okay, tst. Sorry, it has not taken it right. Yeah, it has taken. And I'm going to take a button. We are in constant layout, right? So we have to tie it up so that it will not going to move anywhere when we run our app. I will place it here only. Yeah, I will make this test. I hope you know all these things, right? I have explained this in previous, not all these things, but which are necessary, I have explained that. Okay, size, I'm going to place 34, which is my roll number. Okay, why I'm sharing all that stuff, I don't know. Yeah, we have two things, right? In button we have to change our ID. Okay, let's keep button itself and test. We are going to change this test button to counter. Yeah, here the front end part is completed. This was okay. Okay, it is a simple one. Okay, don't take it as we are going to create this type of apps only. In upcoming classes we are going to create a much advanced apps. Okay, here I'm going to first initialize that button and test view. Here in Java we have initialized it by just typing it has a test view and giving it name and equals to find view by id. We have those stuff, right? But here we are directly going to use first it is a variable, it does not going to change. Okay, what I'm saying is the value, I'm not saying any the value is not going to change. Listen carefully, what I'm saying is the test view is not going to change, right? But the value in the test view is going to be changed. Okay, we have to use variable where for the value to be stored in that test view. But for the test view we are going to use val here because it is not going to change. Okay, I hope you get the point. Val, I'm going to name it as tst only. Okay, here I'm going to use find view by id. in this in this arrow marks we have to define which type it is. It is test view, right? Okay, test view. And in this we have to define the path. It is not called as path, but the id of that uh, test field. As I said in previous class, we have to use r, which is resources. In resources we have to use r dot id. Okay, id function next giving that id test. Okay, it means showing some error. Just hold it on this. Click on that. It will give some suggestions. Okay, based on your environment. Okay, you can just follow those instructions. Your code will be going to be fine. Next, we are also defining button find view by id, which is a button here, and r dot id dot what we have given id, which is known as button. Yeah, it worked fine here. Next, what here we are going to do is whenever we click on button, the test in the test field will going to be changed by one value. Okay, if it is one previously, it will be going to be two, like that. I'm going to use btn here. Btn dot, as I said earlier, the function is same here, set on click listener. I don't think not this one. Set on, yeah, this one. Okay, whenever we click on this button, in this section, in this what we call, okay, in this method we can write our code. What should we have to do when we click on that button? We are going to define a variable here. Variable, I'm going to define it here as well. Variable, let me say count equals to 0, right? Now I'm going to increase that count value by 1, which is going to be change count plus 1, right? I'm going to add plus 1 with the previous count value, which will going to be stored in the count. Okay, next I'm just, we have to test it. We have to assign this count value to a test field so that it will show us what's happening. Okay, I'm going to use tst dot test. In yesterday class we have seen that we are going to we have used their get test function, right? not get test, set test function. In this, we are going to use test here in Kotlin. Test, which one we have to use here is count value, right? Count, but it is in variable, right? It is an integer value, okay? The data type is integer here, but we have to, as I said earlier, the everything, the input or output, all are should be in string only, okay? This is the very important point here. Whenever you get the input, it will always take it as string. Whenever it gives output, it always gives it has string, okay? If it is not giving string, you will get definitely an error. So you have to convert it to a string, okay? Dot to string, okay? I also don't know how to convert string, but just I have pressed dot, it gives a suggestion, right? So you don't need to remember all the things, it will give suggestions, okay? Don't get messed with what are these all type of features. I'm not going to remember everything, okay? You should not remember everything, okay? It will be fine without remembering all of these things, okay? I hope I have completed everything. Let me run my app. If I get any errors, I will try to rectify it. As you can see, credibility is started. Yeah, okay. The view is perfect. I'm going to click on count. Yeah, okay. I'm going to click on it. The value of that test view is going to be increased by 1, okay? Like this, you are going to use Kotlin language to develop your Android apps. This one is basic one, really basic one, this one, okay? You can do it in within minutes, but I have taken a lot of time, okay? Come into class. Okay guys, have you understood that? Let me know. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to explain other things here. Yeah, we have successfully created our first app, which is a counter app which counts the values. Now data types. As you seen in this program, we already used these integer values, but I have not mentioned there. It is a int, but it will automatically detects what type it is based on its value, okay? Here we have a lot of data types, same as for every language, okay? Kotlin can infer the data types of a variable without explicitly specifying it, which means we don't need to specify anything like it is an int, it is an float. It automatically detects it based on its value, okay? For our convenience, we specify the type particularly. If you want to know particularly for our convenience, we are at basic level, then we will going to use that. Like this, we can specify it val number int, as I said earlier. Next, boolean characters. What is boolean is it only have two values, right? True or false, okay? This data type you are, okay, I will explain it here. If example, we have an variable, okay, which name it has is sunny, means okay, is sunny. I hope you understand what it means. I'm not going to convert it in Telugu. It is a boolean type, okay? I defined it as boolean type. Next, I'm giving value it as true. Now I'm going to use if function is sunny, which means if it is true, if it is true, then print the temperature. Okay, the temperature is very high, very high. Else your cool buddy. Okay, let me run this. Yeah, the temperature is very high because we have given this value as true. What if I have given this as false? Let me run it. Your cool body. Okay, the else part has been printed here. Okay, what if I will assign it a numerical value, like let's say 1? Do you think it will going to execute? Okay, we will going to get an error here. The integer literal does not conform to the expected type boolean. Okay, it automatically detects it has int, but we defined it as boolean, right? It is mismatch. Okay, because of that we get error. We will definitely get error if we explicitly define our variable but we are not going to give that type variable. We will definitely get an error. Okay, I hope you got the point. It was for boolean. For characters, for character type, yeah, I have also used the same example here also. Okay, fine. Characters, character is nothing but whenever we are going to use a single letter, then we use word char. Or if we are going to use a sequence of characters, which means names or sentences or any paragraphs, we are going to use keyword string. I'm not going to show it all because it takes time. We don't have much time also. Okay, or okay, let me show that one also with this one. Yeah, I'm going to name it same. Okay, here you also get same thing. Whenever I write small c, it is not going to take it. Okay, remember one thing. In Kotlin, you have to mention everything with first letter as capital, not everything data types only. Okay. In Java, we use it to write int like this, right? Right. But in Kotlin, we have to write int type also like this. The capitalized should be first. Okay. Now, what I have said, yeah, character. I'm going to define it char equals to, yeah, I'm going to print it is sunny. Yeah, we have successfully printed. What if we write two letters here? Okay, too many characters in a character. Okay, we have to use only single character. If you are going to use any sequence of characters, then go for string, right? I hope you know what is string. It is just an used to show letters or any paragraphs. Okay, I'm getting error because we have used single quotations, right? The character literal does not conform to the expected type string. Whenever you give this single quotations, it take it has character, but you explicitly defining it as a string. The mismatch occurred, so we will not get desired output. So use two. Now I will write something like this. Yeah, it will going to run fine now. Yeah. Okay, as you can see, these are simply a silly mistakes, right? But you are going to learn a lot from this mistake only. So please try to run your own programs. This is a Kotlin compiler, which is from Kotlin itself. So use this one. You can also use any other online compilers, but this will be going to be perfect for you for your practice. Okay, I hope I have completed this char and string. Next, operators. As in every language, here also we have lot of operators like arithmetic operator, comparison operators, assignment operators, increment and decrement operators. All it gives us is it will give some calculations and some comparisons and some assignments, right? It will assign some values to variables, and we also use increment and decrement here. Okay, for example, let me change our program here, which I have written count plus one, right? We can use here increment count plus plus, which is going to add one by itself. I don't know whether it will going to run or not. Let me see. Okay, it is not going to change here because why it is not changing here, because it will changing it has first it will be 0, right? 0 plus plus it will become 1, which is stored in count, and it should be output should we have to correct. Yeah, then yeah, we will change it to plus one as usual. If I'm going to debug the code, it will take a lot of time. Okay, it will working fine, so I don't want to touch this one. I'm going to use here. Okay, I think we have used any val here. Okay, we will going to explain here number equals to 1. Now I'm going to print ln number plus plus here. Yes, there was a mistake. When we write this plus plus increment or decrement, it will run this line first. After that only it will going to increase that value. Here also happened that thing only. It will executed this line. When we write plus plus, it will executed 0. It will first executed printed 0. Then after it, the value of that becomes 1. But our program going to run all this thing, right? So here it not able to change the value. Okay, but here we can see we can write it as, I think plus plus num will be going to change it. Yeah, whenever you use increment at before the variable name, then it will going to first increase this value, then after it going to execute this whole line. Okay, I hope you get the point. These are very simple points, but with practice only we can try to understand it. And I have another one like this plus equals to. What if we can write this one? We are just counting this to this same count variable, right? So we can use without this count value. We can directly write it as plus here. Okay. I hope now it will work fine. Yeah, it will working fine right now. What happens here is whenever we use this plus before the equals value, then what it means is it is going to add the count value again to this count only. Okay, like that wise this line going to execute. Okay, next equals to, this will check whether the given number is equal. I am going to show you. If we have a number equals to 1, we can use it as if number equals to 1, right? Then we can print something right here. It is equal to 1, that's why the value is printed. When we change, it will checks whether the given number is equals to this number or not. It will check that. Okay, for that comparison we use equals equals. And for single one, if we use single one, right, most of the people do a mistake here is they will simply put it as single one. What happens here is it will assign that number as one. Okay, so don't do that mistake. Most of the people don't do that, but sometimes it happens. Okay, that's why I'm telling that. I also faced that error. Okay, this is not equals to. Okay, this one refers as not. Okay, we can simply say minus minus. Also we can use this one to get the what we call remainder. Okay, we are going to use this one. If you get the what we call quotient, right, we are going to use this one at division time. Okay, yeah, this one for multiplication, for subtraction, addition. Okay, I hope I covered all the things. If you are not familiar with these things, I will explain it in this then or greater than, or this one is less than or equals to, this one greater than or equals to. For all these are comparison operators, which means we compare two values here. Okay, right. This is all about operators. Let me know you are able to see my screen, and this all understandable. Okay, let me say yes or no. If you are if you understood this, just say yes. Yes, I mean to just now you have typed it. Okay, yeah, understood. Okay, operators. Next, if statement. I already explained you what happens. It is based on condition. We are going to execute the in this block code. Okay, if it becomes true, okay, the condition satisfied, then we will going to execute this block code, or otherwise going to execute this block code. I have already explained you with an example. Right now, when statement, this is also same what has like if, you can say, like you will give a variable, okay, and value. Based on that value it will going to execute the lines. If you're given, let's say, when 3, then you have case 3 here. Let's suppose you have given 2 here, then here you are going to give 2, right? Then in that two block elements are going to sorry, in that two block statements, not elements, statements are going to execute. Okay, or else if it is not same, it is not going to this variable is not have in these conditions, then the else part will going to be execute. Same like if and else. Okay, just coming to loop. Okay, let me explain first with the Java compiler, then you can clearly understand how loops work. Okay, I'm going to explain it as for int I equals to 0, I less than or equals to 10, I plus plus. Right, I'm going to system dot out dot println, right, I value print here. Okay, I'm going to run this one. I hope it will run. Yeah, we got the output. Right, what happens here is first and foremost we have to initialize an variable. Okay, we have to initialize a variable. I have initialized it with I variable. We have given it has I. You can give it as your name also. I think I'm going to use that count or some like that. You can use any variable. Okay, use it according to your purpose. What you are doing in that with that variable, give that name. It will easily understandable. Okay. Next, we have condition here. How much steps it has to be executed. Okay, this is based on this value. Before this we have I plus plus, after this we have I plus plus, right? which means it is incremented by one value. First, whenever we run this program, what happens here is first it will comes here, it will checks what's the initial value, it is 0. Then it will checks whether it is less than 10 or not. If it is less than 10, then it will goes inside the loop and it will execute all these lines, and after that it will increase this I value to plus 1. It will, what it will do is it will just add plus 1. If you want to add it, if you want to add any other value, then you can do it as I plus 2, or as per your wish you can do it. Okay, we can, yeah, first it will check the value, then it will check the condition and execute the code in that block, and after that it will increment that value. Increment or decrement, you can also say that I minus minus, right, as your choice. Okay, after that it will comes again with this one, but at this time the value has increased here, right, at previous step. Now the value becomes 1 here. It will again check for this one and again execute the code and then again increase that value. Okay, like that any loop will be work, whether it is for loop or while loop. You need three conditions there. First one is initialization, and second one is condition, and our increment or decrement third one. Okay, I hope you clearly understood that. Coming to Kotlin. In Kotlin, how we write for loop is like this. I think the syntax similarly matches to Python, right? First, we will give a variable name and we will use keyword here in, and we will give it initial value to what we have used here, condition value, right? In Java, we used some value, right? Same like this, we are going to use 10 here. What it means is it is going to run for 1 to 10 times. Okay, at that time we are going to print this. If you want to print some value, okay, in print statement in this what we call it, okay, in this, then in this parenthesis, then we have to use dollar symbol. Okay, or otherwise you can directly run it as this. Now sorry, I have been executing here. Okay, just copy paste it, then we will save our time. Yeah, these all things I think you know, but I have to explain this, that's why I'm making it a little bit fast. Yeah, I'm going to run it. I hope it will run. Yeah, we get the result, right? What if we want to reverse these numbers? Like we have to start from last to first, then we have to use a keyword down to. Okay, just run it. Okay, I'm getting an error. Why? Because I think it is the correct one, but here variable number is never used. Variable name, shutdown and name. From sorry, 10 to 1, right? We are going to be reverse, or 1 to 10. I don't think it is the problem. Okay, what if we can run 1 to 10? Okay, here we are going from large value to small value, right? We have to use first last value and then first value. Okay, then we can successfully execute this one. Okay, next, same as for while, but in while we will initialize it. Before using while keyword, we will initialize our variable, then in while we will uh, place our condition here, and then we will increment our variable value. Here we can write our code. Okay, if we have for loop, why we have while loop? Anybody will answer? Okay, don't, I don't have time, so let me tell you that also. In for loop, we will know the exact number of times it will going to be execute. But in while, we can also execute it whenever we don't know. For let me say, while if you return it as true, then it will execute infinite time. Okay, until unless you make changes in your code, it will going to execute. Okay, or you can say x equals to 1 until it will going to be true, right? So it will execute for infinite time. And coming to the main thing, nullables in Kotlin. This is the main reason we don't use Java and we use Kotlin here, because at in our previous class only I think we get an error saying you have not initialized the test field with any value. Okay, if you are not going to give any value to your test field or your input field, it will going to show an null exception, okay, in Java. But in Kotlin you can define it as it is nullable. Okay, by using this one you can say your system that it is a null value. What happens when we define like this is, if it don't have any value, then also it will going to be run fine because it is nullable, right? So we can directly define it as null, and it also age. Okay, here you can clearly see that we have initialized age with null value itself. Okay, I hope you get this point. Yeah, next we have classes and objects. Okay, we are going to complete it as early as possible. Let me explain our class and objects here. First, what is class? Okay, let me explain me first what is class. Class is nothing but a blueprint. Okay, you can also see here there is a blueprint, right? In this, it is a blueprint, right? I have forgot to explain it. It's just a blueprint. Whenever you can't see any what we say any views here, you can see it like it is has a, you can see the counter. We have given a test to this button, right? Counter, you can see this margin here for that counter only. Okay, the whole thing is button. In that button we have given a test to that button. You can see this line also. Okay, you can clearly observe what the views we have given in this blueprint. Okay, yeah, similarly, what is class means is it is a blueprint. Suppose you are going to build a car company, right? For that you have to you should have a blueprint. Okay, to create car. Okay, I don't have any paper or something to show you, so I am explaining like this only. Okay, please try to understand, please try to listen what I am saying. Okay, classes are blueprint, right? When you are what I have given an example, right? Yeah, car example. Okay, when you are going to build a car company, you should know what features it should have, and what color it should have, and what functionalities it should have, right? So with all those things you should have to create a blueprint. Okay, with that blueprint you create your products. Okay, like you have created a, here we will discuss two main things here. One is properties. What properties our car should have. Okay, in properties we will get a color, what color it should have, color, and size of the car. And we also get brand name, like that what our brand name should be. This all comes under properties. These properties are nothing but we can say it has variables. Okay, these are also known as variables. Okay, it will change from a product to product. If you are going to create a blueprint here, these values are going to be changed, but this parameter should be this same. Okay, mind that line only. The parameters are not going to change, but the value of that is going to be changed. And another one we have is functionalities. What function the car should do? First one is it should go very uh, braking system should be good. Braking functionality is nothing but doing any action, right? Speeding, and we have what we can say moving. I can say moving. Okay, moving, right? These are our properties, right? It should have this one, and these are our functionality. It also should have in our car. This is all blueprint, right? I'm just writing it as, but I'm going to write it in code. Let me create a class. For creating a class, we should use keyword class here, and I'm going to name it as uh, what we are doing. Okay, we are creating car, right? I'm going to name it as car. In that you are going to use properties. Let me use where color equals to something you can give as per your needs. I'm going to give it as an empty name, and where name equals to, I will say it has brand name, and I need is okay, brand name, and I'm creating a method. Okay, if any function you write uh, in class, okay, if any function you are going to write within a class, it should be called as method. Note that point. And if you write in other place, you can call it as function, but if you are using class, if you are writing within a class a function, then it should be called as method. Okay, function, I'm going to write moving a function. You can write it as for your wish. I'm just in that function, I'm going to print something. Print like what? I'm going to print the car is moving. Okay, you can see the car is moving. Now coming to main function here, when I try to use this variable color here, it is not going to be accepted. Color equals to something, I'm going to give it as blue. Let me run it. Let me print it first. Color, we will definitely get an error because the color is undefined, right? Yes, we can say we have a concept in Java as well as in Kotlin, scope. Okay, the concept name is scope, where if we define any variable within this block, it should be accessible in that block only. Okay, you cannot access it from outside of that block. Okay, now we have created variable color in this block, right? So we are not able to access it from this. Okay, this is a simple concept like scope. And another one more point here is, whenever you create uh, any class, in that class you have created any variables, it is not going to be accessible from any other class unless you have inherited that properties. That inheritance properties that I'm going to share with you after this classes and objects concept completed. I'm going to explain you what inheritance is. So for that, here I'm creating a object for my blueprint car. Okay, for that I am using val. I'm giving my car name here, which is an object name. Car one I am giving, and now I'm going to call my car here. What should it do here is, whenever I write car one dot color equals to something like red, I hope it will run unresolved color. Still, it is not unresolved because we should have to write here car one dot color so that we will get it. Yeah. Okay. Now we are able to access it from outside of the block, right? Because we are using a blueprint. Okay, with the help of blueprint we are going to create a objects here. With the help of these objects we can able to call these variables like color. We can initialize our color here, or we can directly initialize our color here. Let me tell you. Okay, what if we can write here? Okay, I'm going to write this function here, changing it as color name. Okay, not color name, details. It should be very clear. In that we are going to print the, okay, print the color under brand name here. Color is has the dollar symbol and color, and brand name is, we have to use dollar symbol again, and variable name brand name here, right? Now, whenever I call this function describe, it will print the details of that car. Okay. So I'm going to call that details function here, just like car one dot details. Okay. Now let me run my app. I don't know whether we have to use that braces. Yeah, we have to use that. Yeah. Color is red and brand name is nothing there. We have not given any name here, right? So but we can give it here, car one dot, we are a brand name equals to something like Tesla. Okay, now see, we will get color is red and brand name is Tesla, right? We can create same thing for, we can create another object, right? Well, car 2 equals to car. Now you can give the value for that, car 2 dot color equals to green. Okay, I'm going to print the details, car2 dot details here. And one thing I have to mention here, that I'm not going to give any brand name here. Okay, let's see first what it will print. For first one it will printed color and brand. For second one it will printed only green, because I have not given any color to the second one. What if I have a default brand name here? Because the brand name of any company, it should not be changed, right? So we have default one, Tesla. If you give any other name here, then it will take that name. If you are not given any name, then it will automatically take it as Tesla. I'm going to change it, this name as Tata. And here for car 2 I have not given any brand name, right? So see here what it happens. Color is red and brand name is Tata. For this we have defined it as Tata. So it is changed that value Tesla to Tata and it printed here. But here we have not, for car 2 we have not given any brand name, right? For that it uses from the default one. Okay, brand name here Tesla, right? I hope you understand what is class and what is object. These are known as objects. Car 1, car 2 instances, we can call it simply as instance. Okay, this is about a simple example. With simple example I try to explain what is class and what is object. Okay, I hope you understood it. Let me know in chat box. Guys, please let me know in chat box. Any one of you. I'm audible clearly and my screen is visible clearly. Yeah. Next, yeah, now I'm going to explain about inheritance. What is inheritance? With by explaining the code in this .kt file. Okay, here by default we don't have anything, right? Okay, I'm going to create another activity. It is screen 1, right? What if we have screen 2 and we can call it from this activity to that activity. Okay, let me create another activity. For that we have to go, should go here and click on this one, right click here, click on new. We need another activity, right? What activity we need? We need empty activity. Basic views activity, no, empty views activity. Okay, name it as main activity 2, or I'm going to name it as activity 2 GDS. You can directly create it as a launcher activity, which means whenever you click on your app it will going to be the first activity. Okay, it should be in Kotlin only. Okay, I'm going to finish here. Yeah, now you can see a default structure here, right? I'm going to explain this structure only. Okay, first thing here is we have package name, which is we have given the earlier whenever we are going to create our project, we have given this name here. Okay, it is our package name, it comes here. Next we have imports, which means as in Java we import things, we import libraries, right? For okay, we input libraries. In Kotlin also we have to import. In Android Studio we should import our libraries, third party libraries or any inbuilt libraries, we should have to import it. Okay, next we have this one, class. Let me close this and let me zoom this. Sorry, it will, okay, it is not doing that. Yeah, fine. I hope you are able to see my screen. First one is we have a name, which is we have given when we are creating this activity, right? Activity2.gdsc, it is our class name. And what this one is, it is used for extends keyword. In Kotlin, we use this one. Okay. Why we use extend keyword is, this is an another class. Okay. We have to use the variables, the functions from this class in this class. Okay, we are going to use the methods, the functions, the variables which are in this class. We are going to use that all the stuff in this class. For that we should have to use this keyword so that all the properties in this class. Okay, let me open this class, it will be opened. Okay, this is the class, predefined class. We can get it from Java, don't worry about what it is, we can get it. Just write in this, press your control and click on whatever you want, you will able to open that. Okay, this is the class. Okay, this is another class, app compact activity. Okay, this is in Java. Okay, We are working with Kotlin, right? But this activity is in Java. Okay. Public class app compare activity extends. Here we also giving taking from another class, which is fragment activity. Implements is also used for other stuff. I'm going to explain in other class that one. It will be confused if I explain it right now. Okay. Extend means we will going to extend our activity with these properties and functionalities which are included in this activity. Same like this symbol is also work for that. We are going to extend our main activity with the properties and functionalities of app compact activity. Okay, that's the main thing here. We can open it and see it if you want. And this one is I have added, sorry, we have to use this one, right? Yeah, this is default one. This we have changed this, so if you get distracted with the other code, okay, we are just extension, it is works as extension. Okay, all the properties in this class will comes under this one. It extends the activity with these properties and functionalities. Okay, next one is override function. This on create function is from this activity, from this class. Okay, in this class we have on create activity in this class. Okay, for we have called that function, and we are going to override it function, which means we are going to change the variables and content which is present in this function. Okay, we are going to override this function. We are going to make changes and going to edit this function. Okay, for that, we are going to use override. Super uncreate means we will discuss it later. It is not that important. It will create an instance. Okay, we will let it know after in other class. And last line is set content view, which means we have to give it a path for the views activity, which is XML activity, so that it will get the views from there and fetch the views from there. From that it will run our code which is in Kotlin from there. Okay, what it means is set content view is it will set a content which should be shown to the user. Okay, a UI, you can simply say it as a UI, user interface. It will going to set a user interface. We are going to give it path, right? R dot, which is resource, and a which is layout. The layout name is activity slash activity to GDS, which is this one. Okay, yet we have not created anything in this one. In next class we are going to create this activity, and we are going to call this activity from this. Just like when you open a WhatsApp, when you click on status, it will open another activity, right? Same like this we are going to do it in next class. I hope you understand this one, what is class and what is inheritance, which is used to get the properties and functionalities from another class. Okay, right, let me know, are you understood everything? Yeah guys, I'm not going to take much time. Yeah, yeah, okay, that's it guys for today's class. And if you have any doubts, let me know in the chat box. If you don't have any doubts, let me know in the chat box by saying no. Or if you have any doubts, let me know the doubts. If you have no doubts, yeah, you can write clear or you can type no. Yeah, let me know you are able to create a class and you can able to create an object. If anybody following me like you are creating any app. Let me know if you got any errors or you have successfully created your app. Like we have created a simple app, counter app, right? If you have not created it, you can watch this video. We will upload it on YouTube, and you will get the link. If you are, you can directly search GDSC MBU in your YouTube. You will get our channel. There you can watch our recorded sessions. From that, you can slowly, by pausing video, you can download Android Studio and you can create your own apps from there. Okay. I hope you understand clearly in today's class. In tomorrow class, we are going to learn about how we use recycle view. I explained in yesterday. Recycle view is nothing but in WhatsApp you see charts, right? When you scroll it, it will keep on coming, right? Like that, how we are going to create that view. Okay. In tomorrow class, we will going to explain that, and we are also going to explain lists. And I hope tomorrow's class I'm going to start Jetpacks, which is without the XML file we can able to create our user interface, which will run smoothly than XML file. Okay. In tomorrow class, I hope I will start the Jetpacks also. Okay, guys. At the end of this uh, steady jump program, you will definitely able to create your own apps, and you are able to uh, what it called able to upload it in your Play Store. Okay, not these basics apps. In upcoming sections, we are going to create some advanced level apps, not too much advanced. We are going to create a modern level apps. Okay. Should I have any suggestions, like I have to change my voice, I have to change my speed of explanation? Let me know in chat box, guys. This is very most important thing for me to better myself. Should I change my voice or should I change my way of teaching, way of explaining, not teaching? I'm not a professor to teach you. Let me know, guys. I will give 1 more minute. Let me know. Should I have to change anything, or it should be efficient. Guys, there are 14 members are there right now, so I need minimum of 4 5 replace, so that I'm very okay. So you are saying no need to change anything. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to give to Rakesh. Okay, Rakesh, over to Rakesh.
Yeah, hello everyone. As usual, the classes will conduct every day at 6 o'clock to 7:30 or 8. So, as we completed the basics of Android Studio and Kotlin, so you can practice your Android development skills in this Android resources that I have shared. I have shared a link in chat box, right? You can download that PPT, and in that PPT there are Android resources that are directly shared by Google. So you can use those resources and kindly complete that basic task that they have given, like Kotlin for foundations of Kotlin and basic Android things. Maybe you can complete week one in that PPT. There are 4 weeks, so try to complete at least week one right now, so that you can able to create basic Android applications with files, and you can also participate in solution challenge. Try to complete it. So today we are going to end this session. Yeah.
Is there anything to ask?
You can find these sessions if you want to revisit these sessions. You can find in GDS MBA channel there is a playlist called Android Study Jump. We will upload these sessions in that, and we are going to upload the web development sessions also. But within a week we are going to upload. Currently we are uploading Android Study Jump. So
Just a second, I will share my.
yesterday class is not conducted, right? There is so much of network problem. So actually this class is yesterday's. So we will upload this class.